Well, that was a bit of a strange thing, because everybody was expecting Mabel is finally doing what she really wants to do, working with a high-end company. But when I was working there, I did a job in marketing, which I loved, but I felt really empty inside. I totally lost a connection with who I was and with my own values. And the day I found out that I lost myself was the day that I totally collapsed. And then it was quite obvious to me, but also to my environment, that I had to quit. I had to do something else. Otherwise I would have drowned completely. I made myself to a person who I really wasn't anymore. So it took a while to get back to the person that I was and to rediscover my own values and my own talents and my own likes. So I think it was about 3 years until I could really connect. And one day I was sitting at a lunchroom and I heard everybody talk about their great journeys and the travels that they were making. And I heard myself bragging about what my plans were. While inside I was just thinking, I want to stay in bed for the rest of the day and I don't want to brag about where I'm going to. Actually, it was something that happened a few years before, and it was when I bought my own car. It was my first car for my first job, and the day I entered the car dealer, I was ignored, first of all, by the salesman. And after they discovered me, that I was in the sales room, the first question they asked me is, didn't you bring your boyfriend with you? Well, at that time I was a happy single, so I was quite offended actually. And of course I didn't buy a car at that moment. And the one thing I did after that is I took my dad to buy a car. And I had traveled around the world just by myself. I had a good marketing job, but I wasn't able to buy a car without a male companion. Well, that was so strange in my mind. And at that time I also read a book of Faith Popcorn, a famous trend watcher in the US. And she wrote about how the female consumer would become more important, but the fact that most companies don't see that. They don't acknowledge the power of female consumers. And then there was this connection in my head and I knew, okay, what I feel in marketing, this is what should happen to make a better connection with our clients. At the moment I'm a writer and I'm a keynote speaker, so I travel around the world to tell the story of Miss Marketing. Miss Marketing, doing business in the economy, is about reaching out to women, knowing that they are important consumers, but talk to them in a language that they understand. That's important because our world is changing to a world where there's more femininity. And also in leadership. Leadership is mostly associated with masculine values. Being bold, being competitive, being decisive. And nowadays you see that female leadership is much more valued. So we see that taking care of others, taking into account the opinion of others, having a soft side as well, is much more valued than it was for a decennium ago.